Let's do this.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and it's beautiful to see everyone present online, in person, and then later on YouTube. So my name is Reverend Helen Wright. I'm part of the ministerial team, and we are so happy, so grateful to welcome you all here. A few housekeeping things. Over in the corner there, we have Unity resources, and you're free to help yourselves to any of the resources. And we also have our prayer box over there. I was just checking that it hadn't got legs and walked over here, and I didn't know this. Can I just remind everyone to silence their cell phones? I stuck mine out of the way so that I don't forget it's not going to be beeping. And masks are optional, social distancing we are doing, and whatever it is to help you be comfortable here this morning. So welcome to Unity of Las Cruces hybrid Sunday service celebration, where God is good all the time, and all are welcome, safe, and loved. And let's just now take that moment for our opening prayer. Just breathe and breathe again, becoming fully present. Breathe and breathe again, connecting within to that divine, that divinity within, that Christ consciousness within. And we open to the divine. We open to each other from our hearts. We open our hearts and minds to the message today, to the music today, to all of this service. That this service is always dedicated to the highest good of everyone present and everyone in the community, the nation, the world, the universe, and beyond. So we open, we expand our consciousness, we open in love and light. We lift our vibrations to that higher place, that higher room, that higher consciousness. And in this higher place, we then become more and more of the light, the beacon to the world, radiating our light, radiating our love, radiating our peace. And for this we say, thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. So now I'd like to welcome Reverend Jennifer for today's inspirational reading.
Thank you, Reverend Helen. Good day, everyone. Today's reading is from To You Love God by Will Bowen. For July 31st, to you. What then is my intention? My intention is that you be happy. My intention is that you be loved. My intention is that you live your passion. My intention is that you be at peace. My intention is that you have enough. My intention is that you give to those who do not. My intention is that you discover the joy of serving others. My intention is that you smile more, worry less, laugh more, cry less, give more, consume less. My intention is that you glimpse the godlike power of your intention and point it toward a happier, healthier, and more prosperous future for yourself, your world, and all humanity. Love God.
Thank you, Reverend Jennifer. That's beautiful. So today's speaker is Reverend Jennifer Kleitz, and she will be talking to us about 70 times 7, continuing our theme of forgiveness for this month of July, this last day of July. And then Reverend Jennifer will be leading us in meditation. We'll also have music from Barry Shaw and Adamz, so looking forward to being inspired, as always, with the music. And now we have good news. And I was saying to Ken before the service, not sure whether these particular glasses help me read it very well. However, I can see the picture. And this is from the United Kingdom, my homeland. And one of the towns had a problem with people speeding. And I think they tried quite a few things to help people to desist from speeding through their streets. And their streets are kind of narrow compared to some of the roads here. So what they did was they just planted, at the beginning of COVID and through COVID, they planted all of these beautiful flowers, these like meadow flowers. And they also had one of those little things that tells you your speed. But they did find that people were very willing to slow down, to just take that moment to smell the roses, or take that moment to see the beautiful flowers. So that is our good news for today, an innovation, a new way of thinking outside of the box. And instead of all of these notices, thou shalt not, it was just an invitation to be with the beauty. Did I capture all of it? Very good. So thank you, Ken, for our good news for today. And now, if we could join together just in that energy and that focus of gratitude. So we're giving thanks in this energy, this attitude of gratitude. We might take a moment first just to center and be grateful for everything that's occurring in our lives. And grateful as we come together as unity of Las Cruces. Grateful that we, all of us, unity of Las Cruces, are truly thankful and grateful for all who enliven our church, including and especially everyone who works behind the scenes, everyone who attends in person on YouTube and on Zoom. So we are truly grateful for the unity teachings of prayer and our prayer chaplain with Kay Brilliant. We're truly grateful for that tradition of community, of the importance of prayer in our life. And so we give thanks for the New Thought prayer team that comes together every Tuesday. And anyone can submit their names, first name, last initial, in relative confidence, just asking for, say, health or for peace of mind or divine guidance. So we come together every Tuesday to pray and hold all of our 4 New Thought communities in prayer. We're grateful for the Unity of Las Cruces board, all of the decisions and governance of Unity of Las Cruces. And we're grateful for everyone who helps promote this message in the community, and especially our social media outreach with Jane Ray. We help everyone that helps behind the scenes and donates and tithes and anonymous prayers. We are so grateful for our musicians, and today Doug and Barry continues to coordinate and provide a beautiful music directorship and leading us in music every Sunday. So thank you, Barry. We're grateful for speakers, our guest speakers, and today our ministry team speaker, Reverend Jennifer. We're grateful for YouTube and technology and Zoom and email and all of that audio-visual technology, especially when it works perfectly. We're grateful for Ken, who does so much work here and behind the scenes. And we're so grateful for the ministry team. And I'd like to add that I'm grateful for the whole of our unity movement with the unity founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, and their vision and their commitment to truth in the teaching. So thank you all for raising the vibrations of this universe through your prayers and affirmations and visualizations, and for allowing the love, the light, and the healing energy to flow through you all, to you all, and out into this world. Thank you. And now it's time for a daily word with Dave Ading.
Thank you, Reverend Helen. Today's daily word on this last day of July, July 31st, is let go, let God. The affirmation, I bless myself when I let go and let God. If I find myself ruminating over a certain concern or a weighty decision, I release its grip on my attention by letting go and letting God. When I let go, I am placing my trust in divine mind, the source of infinite potential. I believe there are solutions and remedies of which my limited human mind simply cannot conceive. When I let God, I am trusting the grace of God will bless my life in the most wondrous and even surprising ways. Letting go and letting God is how I live my faith. I surrender to spiritual truth, the presence and power of God, and believe the best outcome is going to be so much better than anything I can imagine. I affirm, I let go and let God and relax into knowing I am deeply loved and abundantly blessed. From Scripture, John 14, verse 1, do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. And would you repeat the affirmation with me, please? I bless myself when I let go and let God. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Next, we have our affirmation for unity, which is our intention statement. So if we could just repeat this together. To create a sacred space where all who enter feel the presence of God, the joy of God, where all feel welcome, safe, and loved. And so it's that time in the service. I love that time for the message. I love all of the service, but I love the message. So today, as we mentioned, it's Reverend Jennifer, and she's going to be completing our month on this theme of forgiveness with 70 times 7. So please welcome Reverend Jennifer. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Helen. Thank you so much. Forgiveness again. That's what the 70 times 7 is about. Again. Actually, it was my husband yesterday who gave me some knowledge about this, and I looked it up on Google, so it must be right, that in the Bible, the number 7 is the number for completion. God created the world in 6 days. On the 7th day, he rested. It was complete. So when Jesus is talking about 70 times 7, it is this number at that time, which was probably very vast. I don't think they had the multiplication tables yet. So that seemed like a very long time. And the point being, until you're complete with this, and we're never really complete, there's always something else to do forgiveness work for. I had to forgive myself this morning when I stumbled up the stairs and I dropped the sign. I'm glad Ken was the only one here at the time. And I forgave myself quickly. Once I was sure I didn't break anything. And just walking out the door, going to your car, or certainly driving down the road. Some people really have some issues when driving in traffic and they get so upset when someone cuts in front of them or takes their parking space. Forgiveness. And that goes with today's daily word. Let go and let God. That was so on point this morning. I had neglected to print the order of service. So I tried to print it here 3 times, didn't work. One time the paper came out of the printer blank. One time the paper came out of the printer and the 2 sides were upside down. And the 3rd time didn't print out at all. So I let go and let God. And forgive myself quickly. Learn these lessons. And it is, when I was speaking 2 weeks ago, I talked about this sure remedy, which I had discovered on the Truth Unity website. And this was written by Charles Fillmore in the newsletter, I believe, that they put out at the time. And someone found it in a book they had gotten at the Unity Library. A sure remedy. And I'm going to read this. It's not very long. Here is a mental treatment that is guaranteed to cure every ill that flesh is heir to. Sit for half an hour every night at 9 o'clock and mentally forgive everyone against whom you have any ill will or antipathy. If you fear or are prejudiced against even an animal, mentally ask forgiveness of it and send it thoughts of love. If you have accused anyone of injustice or talked about one unkindly or criticized or gossiped about anyone, withdraw your words by asking that one in the silence to forgive you. If you've had a falling out with friends or relatives, are at law or engaged in contention with anyone, write letters of forgiveness and withdraw all proceedings that will tend to prolong the separation. See everybody and everything as they are, pure spirit, and send them your strongest thoughts of love. Do not go to bed any night feeling that you have an enemy in the world. Be careful not to think a single thought or say a word that will offend. Be patient, loving, and kind under all circumstances. You can do this if you are faithful to the silent hour, because there you will be helped to overcome the selfishness of the carnal sense. There is an immutable law lying back of this. God is love, and love is manifest as life. God is thus manifest in and through all his creations. And if we do ought to cut off the love of any person, we are cutting off the love of God. Hence, the life that flows through all. When we, by withdrawing from our fellows in any way, cut the cords of love that bind us together as men and women, we at the same time sever the arteries and veins through which universal life flows. We then find ourselves a mere bundle of strained nerves, trembling and shaking with fear and weakness, and finally dying for the lack of God's love. But the omnipresent Spirit ever seeks to flow into us and stimulate us in every faculty. We must, however, by our words and acts, acknowledge this all-powerful presence as the moving factor, because we each have inherent free will, which welcomes and rejects all, God even not being accepted. Self-condemnation is also a great error and leads to dire results. If you have accused yourself of ignorance, foolishness, fear, sickness, anxiety, poverty, anger, jealousy, stinginess, ambition, or weakness, or if you are melancholy and indulge in the blues, ask forgiveness for each of the loving Father in those whose perfect image and likeness you spiritually are. Say often to this holy omnipresence, I do now sacrifice these human limitations unto thee, O Father. I am obedient unto the law of my being, and I know that in thee I am brave and true, energetic, wise, and pure, perfect, strong, rich, and courageous. Thou art my almighty resource, and I do trust thee utterly. That was a little long. However, I think it is, when I go back and read some of these things, I'm doing so much of the reading now that I'm taking the Unity classes and the healing and wholeness, the metaphysics, the 12 powers, and these readings of Charles and Myrtle about healing, about our oneness. It is so rich. That information is so rich with pearls. And to have found this article, and the person who had found it in the book, it was exactly what they were looking for. They needed to read that about forgiveness, and it was there at the perfect time. Similar to our daily word, let go and let God. The perfect message for me today. Because I'm embracing that truth that within me is the wisdom and intelligence and knowledge. And I know that when I forgive myself, I am lighting my whole spiritual presence. It is not being weighed down with these thoughts of errors and fear and judgment of myself or others. And that light presence can come through and express through me as I do my ministerial work, as I have time with my family and my relationships. I'm always expressing as God. As we all are. And when we are not darkened by those emotions of fear and jealousy and anger, frustration, impatience, then we can see the light in others as well. And many times when you feel frustration with another individual because of something they're doing, it's usually because there's something in you that it is shining light on that you don't really like. And so by forgiving them for a wrong done, you are forgiving yourself as well. Remembering that we are all one pure spirit, as Charles said in this article. And that is so difficult to remember when you're driving down the road and someone zips past you, or they've got a dog in the back of their truck, or you see some things that just, and it is, however, we are a world with billions of people. I don't even know what the world population is these days. And we are all unique, divine individuals, every single one. And to keep us ever spiraling upward, forgiveness is a key component. Seeking that love and expressing our love to those in need. And we don't know who's in need, so we need to shed that light out to everyone. And these words that I'm speaking today may not be something you all don't already know, but there may be somebody out there who hears this and it is just what they needed to be lifted up. So when you are speaking to someone and your actions, you open the door for someone and it just seems like a very innocuous action, it may be that purpose, that specific, wonderful thing that someone needed. And to keep ourselves lifted up, we need to release those emotions or thoughts that are not serving us and release them through forgiveness. We are all a light into the world and the universe and beyond. And even with social media, we reach so many people, even if we don't know, because we're on the internet or we'll check something on Facebook or Twitter or whatnot. I forget about that sometimes because I don't post a lot. However, when I do, it probably goes out to, a lot of people. They might not friend me or whatever it is, but they've still read the message. And I don't even know. The second principle, that we are one with God. And we know that, and we recognize that, and it's easier to remember that on a Sunday than it is on a Thursday night when you're driving home from work, or you're in the grocery store. And in these chaotic times, it is even more important to remember forgiveness. And forgive until you are complete. Maybe you'll want to take up this practice of doing this forgiveness work at night. I don't think it's not going to work if you don't do it at 9 o'clock. But the practice, and that's what we continue to do, practice and develop our spiritual consciousness. And as we develop our spiritual consciousness, we raise the spiritual consciousness of the entire planet. When I think about that, I feel like it is more important than ever for me to do that work continually. Thank you. And now for our meditation. I invite you all to take a deep breath in, release it, and relax. Relax into your chairs. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And breathe easily, nothing forced. Easily in and out. Paying attention to that breath and knowing that that divine energy is circulating through every cell in your body. Remember, you are one with God. Divine Spirit is throughout your entire body. That Christ consciousness at the top, crown of your head. Breathe into that space of Christ consciousness. Now imagine a mist coming from the crown of your head and washing down over your whole body, down your face, back of the head. Down the neck, vocal cords, your power center. Now that mist gently falls over your shoulders, relaxing them, letting go of any tension, any responsibilities can wait. Now that Christ consciousness mist flows down your arms to your hands. You can feel the tingling from that God energy. Now as you take your hands and place them on your stomach, you can feel that Christ energy move into the life center of your body. Going around to the back and the strength area at the base of the spine. God energy going up and down your spine. Now that beautiful energy flows down over your hips. Down your legs. Into your feet. Breathe into that energy that is moving from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, back up to the top of your head, just circulating throughout your whole body. And it also moves into the earth. Mother Earth, grounding us, bringing her more energy. We are one with all. Now it's time to bring our awareness back into this room. Feel yourselves sitting in the chair, your feet on the ground. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. When you're ready, open your eyes. Now for our special music, Doug Adams.
Thank you, that was wonderful. The Tigris, and Euphrates, the Nile, the Jordan, the Rio Grande, rivers flowing through the desert, bringing life, everything that represents. A friend asked me to go for a hike with him, invited me on a hike, and I'd never been to this area. It's just north of Las Cruces. And he had found a place where there's an arroyo that leads down to the river. And we got in it and got hiking, and found it was wide and flat, not a lot of underbrush or overgrowth, just nice, sandy, easy to walk on surface. And as we were going down, I saw something that I had never seen in the desert. And I've done a lot of hiking in the desert. I've never seen this before. But at the sandy bottom of this arroyo, water was coming up, just from nowhere. Just not a lot of fanfare, not an oasis, not a geyser, just not a lot of growth around there, vegetation, just water coming out of the sand. And so we walked along following it, and we got to a place where, equally unassuming, it just sank back into the sand. There was no waterfalls or cliffs or pools. It just went back into the sand. So I had forgotten about that. And then as times came, well, they never really leave, but there are times of particular contention and division and violence and threats of more violence, and just all the world of human beings just seemed to be erupting. And one night I remember that picture, that vision, that experience of seeing the water coming up out of the desert. Had a lot of thoughts about it and just kind of meditated on it, and came up with this song called Hidden River. River, hidden river, flowing underneath the world, the battle lines and discontent down your channel swirl to the hidden ocean with its subterranean shore. Oh, river, hidden river, evermore. Water rises from the desert, sweet beyond all measure. It glides a while and sinks below again. Like a message from the heart, to read it is the highest art. It is pure, it is simple, it is grand. While we flail and writhe and wrangle in a chokehold, in a tangle, fighting to the death for what is ours to share. The river flows unending to every life it's lending, healing waters more pure than a prayer. River, hidden river, flowing underneath the land, purify the tears and the blood down through your sand, to the hidden ocean with its subterranean tide. Invisible, the ebb and flow inside. The blind in spirit keep repeating, seeing is believing, while the hidden truth is there for all to feel. Like a river underground, it swiftly moves without a sound, and it's circling through our lives just like a wheel. And it's dancing to our walls while nations worship all that's false. Golden idols, greed and guns are held on high, while silently below the water goes where it will go, and it's circling to the ocean by and by. River, hidden river, flowing underneath the stone, fear in his dogs, hatred, calm down to hear your tone, running smooth and soothly to the ancient ocean calls, to the deep, its secret waterfall. River, hidden river, flowing underneath the world, the battle lines and discontent down the
Thank you. That was beautiful. I love the words. I love the flow of energy. Beautiful. Thank you. And now, I believe it's time for our prayer for faith. So would you join together, please? God is my help in every need. God does my every hunger feed. God dwells within me, guides my way through every moment, night and day. I know I'm wise, I know I'm true, patient, kind, and loving too. All things I am, can do, and be, through Christ the truth that is in me. God is my help, I can't be sick. God is my strength, unfailing quick. God is my all, I know no fear, since God and love and truth are here. And it's now the time in our service for the offering. And the offering and that whole concept of tithing is again one of our unity practices. And it's tithing for giving, tithing for joyful giving, and tithing for abundance and prosperity. That's like that river flowing. Our tithing is a flowing energy going out and around in circulation. This week, our tithe will be going to Silent Unity. And Silent Unity, it's like a beacon of light. The light is always on, and the prayer consciousness is always flowing out from Silent Unity. So if we may have our offering and our prosperity affirmation. We'll do our prosperity affirmation first, and then go into our offering. I keep changing things up a little bit just to keep everyone on the toes, you know. So, divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and we are grateful. Thank you, and we bless this. All join in the blessing. So we bless this joyful tithe. We bless the energy. We bless this beauty going out into the world, out with the Lord's circulation. And we bless this to the highest good in expression. It's been the highest good in this world, in this universe. For all of this, we give thanks for the giving, the receiving, the flowing. For all of this, we say, thank you, God. So it is. Amen. Amen. And just that reminder, Silent Unity with our prayers. Silent Unity is always open for the business of prayer. We have our prayer box over on the resource area. We can always use the YouPray app. We can email Silent Unity. We can call them at 2 in the morning if we can't sleep. They're always there, and there's always a response. There's always prayer. And now our announcements. We are moving into August, and our August theme is opening to the divine. So I'll be starting our month with that theme, open to the divine by whatever name. So looking forward to, let's say, a month of a different energy. And these are our August speakers, myself and then Reverend Jennifer, alternating. So we'll see what our explorations reveal in terms of opening to the divine. The book study, I believe, is nearly complete with the Divine Audacity. One more week this week. So this Tuesday will be the last of Divine Audacity, and then the following Tuesday at 9:30 we'll be starting the Unity in World Religions, and we are planning to have that in person and Zoom, because I know that we have a few people who want to join on Zoom. Did you want to add something, Jennifer?
Nope, not that book's done.
Okay. WWW, that's my fun. Welcome the word on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays, we do continue on Zoom only for this to just explore. We meet online, we explore the daily word, we share our reflections, we pray, and it really is just a uplifting midweek coming together. So you're all welcome, and the Zoom links are always posted. The spirit groups on Fridays continue. So the first and third Friday of the month is our grief support spirit group, 10:30 till 12. Second Friday is our all things animal spirit group, 10:30 to 11:30. And the fourth Friday is our spiritual discussion group. And we actually met 2 days ago. We were out of sequence this month a little bit because we had an event here on the fourth Friday. But we met and we just explored God is and the unity first principle. So it's a time when you can bring any topic, the spiritual discussion, and we will probably just move also through the unity principles as well. From all questions welcome, all experiences and sharing. So. And any other announcements? Yes. Awesome.
Again, save the date. The first Wednesday in September starts our Wednesday Healing and Wholeness service, which starts at 6 p.m. till 6 to 7, 7:30 maybe. Depends on how long meditation goes. So that's going to start first Wednesday in September. And also, I believe we're going to have a committee meeting for the September 11th homecoming event on the second Friday in August at 1 p.m. I haven't checked this with Reverend Helen yet, but put that on your calendar if you're interested in helping plan the event. We need to start getting the invitations out, working on the refreshments, the music, so on and so forth. So that's going to be a wonderful event, September 11th. And committee meeting will be the second Friday in August at 1 p.m. Thank you.
And just to add to that, thank you, Reverend Jennifer. The September 11th is Unity Las Cruces' 20th anniversary. We believe we were founded in September 2002. So it's a homecoming theme, it's our anniversary theme, and my mentor minister, Reverend Gary Kanye, will be coming from Texas, from Unity New Braunfels. So he will be here. We'll be having a Sunday service in the afternoon. So I believe our Sunday service will be at 1:30, and then followed by the celebration event. And there'll be music for both events. It really will be a celebration. So that's save the date. Yes. And it's a good date to transform the energy of. Yes. It's a good date to be celebrating God is good. Mm-hmm. So thank you. And now we will move into the musical and singing version of the prayer for protection and the peace song.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.